guys, it's your resident numerologist Michelle Arbeau for LotteryUSA.com, and this week's energy, and of course we're still in August, so August is one of those months that's really high on manifestation, high on action. However, once we get into the 20s, you're going to see a difference, because this is really the last week of the teens, the for 13th to the 19th. So we're really still kind of moving and shaking a little bit, because we've got the 8, which is all about the 8th month and the most active soul plane number, and it's all about, like I said, manifestation and abundance, which takes action precedence because we're talking about the teens. So it's starting with a 1 always, like 13 is 1 and 3, or 17 is 1 and 7. So it's all about the pioneer number, the trailblazer, the number of new beginnings. So we've got those energies going on, and we also have the year energy too, which you have to take a look at, because that's also a 1, which is the pioneer number. And so if we add 2017 together, we get a 1. So you've got a lot of high energy right now, but we're going to shift gears a little bit next week. So be tuned in for that one, because you're going to really find that some of the doing numbers are going to have a hard time with that for sure. And I know I'm a doer. I'm a Capricorn. You know, I like to go, do. So this week, actually, we've got we're starting off with the master builder number, which is the 22-4. And this week actually in general has a lot of quirky numbers that, although we're still in high change and do, we have different combinations of the numbers summed together that actually make a different version of the number, if you know what I mean. So let's just look at, for example, the first day, the 22-4, which is, it could be a pure 4, which is 40, or it could be a 31-4, 3 plus 1 is 4, but when we look at it as a 22-4, and starting the week off with a 22-4, that's the master builder. It's a very global type building number, so you're looking at building something global, like an empire, or looking at your foundation in terms of your empire, so to speak. And then we move into the next day, which is a 23-5, and the most common version of the 5 is actually the 32-5. It's the backwards way. Hitler was a 32-5, for example, but this particular 5 combo is actually more of the natural counselor. It's actually very even-keeled energy, because it's got the 2 before the 3 instead of the 3 before the 2. So the 2 is very passive, it's very supportive, harmonious, peaceful, cooperative, all of that stuff. And then we've got the 3 in the inner position, which means that it's subdued a little bit. It is a number of imagination, but it's kind of overshadowed by that 2 to keep it under control, so you're not tangent thinking and thinking about ideas that aren't workable and that kind of thing. And then you've got it adding to a beautiful 5, which isn't necessarily about freedom and being wild and crazy. It's because it's an even-keeled number, it's actually more about being the natural counselor, or seeing your emotions more clearly and getting a better picture of that. And so we're moving into, again, after that is a 6, but again it leads with the 2, so we're looking at a different version of the 6. It's not necessarily the number of extremes, it's more of a docile 6, which is more nurturing, nesting, self-love, creativity, creating things. Also, the 25-7 is the next day, and that is, I call that the Peter Pan syndrome, because it's actually associated with the angelic realm. So we've got these very particular versions of the number which are very special, and that's no different. The 7, for example, we could have, I don't know, a 43, 4 plus 3 is 7, but this one's the 25-7, which has the 2 most sensitive emotional numbers before it adds to the 7, the number of truth. So it's really saying, dig deep into your emotions to discover or reveal your truth. So it's not your typical 7-day where it's leap before thinking and go, or any of that stuff, because it is the most active physical number, so it does have that potential, but in this case not so much. And then we're moving into a 26-8. 2 plus 6 is 8. So it is a number of wisdom, it is a number of manifestation and abundance. It could be highly active, but in this case, because it's again leading with the 2, it's not necessarily going to bring a lot of manifestation action. It's more really about knowledge and wisdom, and gaining knowledge and wisdom. So seeing the bigger picture, because the 6 is second. So that's definitely what that's about. It's less about manifesting. And then again, we have the 27-9, which is a very special combination of the 9. Gandhi and Mother Teresa were the 27-9. So you just never know what you're going to get during the week. They're all a very special combo of each number. So again, it's going to be less about high change, because 9 is high change, and more about contemplation and thinking of change from a planning perspective rather than actually taking action yet. So you're really going to be, what do I want to change? I want to change this, I want to change that, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Make a list, you know, even make like a vision board or something. You know, lay it all out, put it on paper in a big way. And then we're ending with a 1, but it's actually a 28. 2 plus 8 is 10, and then 1 plus 0 is 1. But again, we're looking at leading with the 2, the 28, which is passive and supportive and docile and sensitive and intuitive. And then we have the 8 in the inner position, which is less assertive, less dominant, less all of that stuff, and more about knowledge and gaining knowledge. So that 2 is supporting that 8 for you to gain knowledge. And it reduces to 10, which is the mentor, the number where heaven and earth collide, because 1 is the first physical plane number, 0 is the number of the infinite or spiritual awareness, and boom, they come together. It's almost like representing the soul and the physical coming together. And then it reduces to 1, which is new beginnings, it is action. You know, it depends on how you're using the energy, but overall the week is really kind of, you know, digging deep in your soul and digging deep into yourself to really look at the numbers in a different light and use them in a different way than we have been before. So it's one of those weeks where it's very unusual, that's all I have to say. But it looks like it's going to be fun too at the same time. So, you know, enjoy the week, and I think that it's more of an exploration week. It's more of like a scavenger hunt in a way. So just, you know, search within and make those changes. Plan it out on a piece of paper, all that stuff. Do what you feel comes to you. You know, always follow your heart. Your heart always has the first answer, and it's the right answer. So do that, and I'm sure you're going to navigate the week just fine. So please, if you have any questions or comments at any time, please do send them to Michelle at lauderusa.com, and we'll be sure to answer them on our weekly videos. And tune in again next week, and we'll have another horoscope on lauderusa.com.